Right. What's going on? What's going on? This is the inaugural episode of the channel. Thank you for joining. If you're new, remember to hit like and subscribe. I'm in Cyborg City, joined with some fantasy football experts. That is the maker of Chaos, as well as Ray the Gaming Cyborg. And we are going to get into everything fantasy football this week. So thank you for joining. Gentlemen, thank you for joining as well. How are you doing this afternoon?
Dude, I am just excited. I'm glad that you created this show because I love talking about football, fantasy football. So thank you.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's gonna be fun. Always good to talk about football.
exactly. So, without further debate, let's get into what we saw last night, and that was an absolute destruction. Sorry, not last night, but Thursday. And that was the Green Bay Packers now demonstrating their new defensive skill against the once great Washington Commanders. What happened out there? Obviously, tons of people were streaming Jaden Daniels, and they were just beyond disappointed with his performance. The running game didn't get much. I mean, I don't know if there was any standouts for Washington if you were playing any players that evening. I mean, Maker himself may have had the only standout with McCroskey. Did he get over 10 points for you?
No, he got 3.5. The the standout would probably be Terry McLaurin and Zach Ertz. Ertz got some points, especially with that touchdown. So yeah,
Debo
Ertz
got
would be
Debo got a
Debo.
touchdown.
Oh yeah, Debo also. Yeah, I totally forgot about that because he's on your bench. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, Zach Ertz and Debo are the highest scoring, I'd say.
And somehow, fantasy wise, even though the performance was not great, I mean, Jaden Daniels was still able to put up 30 points for anyone who was streaming him. So a little bit jealous there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, my QB can do that well this week.
I think the biggest problem that Washington did, I mean, they got an amazing young running back, Krosky Merritt. I just don't understand. He only carried the ball 4 times.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. This kid is fast. He's good. He's the next superstar, and that's why Austin Eckler's hurt. They kept using Austin Eckler a lot, and he ended up getting hurt. So now they have no choice to use Krosky Merritt in the next game.
Well,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it seems like they may be subbing in McNichols as well, as reports are starting to come in. So if you're looking for a RB2, it looks like Jeremy McNichols could see increased usage after Austin Eckler's injury. So the winds are kind of going in his direction. He was on the field for about 23% of snaps, although he didn't see anything. I think they may be putting him into the mix because using Krosky 100%, I think, is a recipe for an injury.
They're
Uh,
in some trouble, dude. They're in some trouble because they still that offensive line didn't look great, and
no.
you saw Jaden Daniel, like he just, I don't know, man. It was a horrible first and second quarter, and it wasn't really, honestly, the fourth quarter when they get the garbage time is when he scored a point. So,
Yeah. I honestly I felt like they got lucky towards the end because I mean I guess the defenders on the Green Bay side were getting tired, um, and that's why they were able to get a couple touchdowns there towards the end, um, for it to make it at least a decent game for Washington. But man, the losses were too great in my opinion.
the Packers, I mean, Tucker Craft, I think was the X factor for the Packers, man. I mean, 124 yards, a touchdown. I mean, he even caught a 57-yard pass that looked beautiful. I think I think you're looking at the number one tight end right now. I have
Oh
not
yeah.
seen any tight end that can do what Tucker Craft can do.
Yeah, and it's absolutely wonderful that he's streaming against me and decides to have his breakout game uh, against me. So that's fantastic. But he was absolutely dominant, a force to be reckoned with. Got more attention, 7 targets, 6 receptions, 124 yards. Absolutely dominating, and then 1 touchdown to really bring the points home. 28 points for a lot of leagues out there, so absolutely dominant. And guess what? Only 50% of people started him. I'm sure that number
Yeah,
is about to jump way up uh, next
yeah.
week.
I mean, I think Jordan Love has a connection to Kraft, and then also you got to give credit to Jordan Love. Jordan Love, I mean, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns. He looked fabulous. Plus, um, Josh Jacobs. I mean, he did. I mean, Packers look legit. They really look legit in these last 2 games. That's why they're 2-0.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
are you?
I was just gonna say, yeah, with the combination with their defense, it's really looking like these are one of probably the top like Super Bowl prospects looking out in the future. Like they keep this up.
I agree. I agree.
So is everybody on the Green Bay Packers streamable for next week when they go up against Cleveland? And they're going to be on the road. So the last 2 games they've been playing at home. A little bit of a lucky situation when you get to play your first 2 games at home. But now they're going to be on the road. So are you looking to play Josh Jacobs next week? Obviously, I think everyone here would be yes if they were on their
Yeah.
roster.
Definitely yes. Is Cleveland ready for Parsons? is
Yeah,
is
that's
Falco ready? Joe Flacco ready for Parsons? I don't think so. I don't think so. I see another Green Bay Packer win.
yeah, I agree. I think he's a good play. Obviously Jordan Love. I think he's going to be getting points. Me myself, I will probably play Dubs next week because he looked pretty good, even only getting 5 targets. He got that touchdown, and I'm hoping they use him more.
There was a couple of passes that he almost catched. Love
Yeah.
actually kind of it was almost there. But he
Golden,
didn't catch. Yeah,
Golden almost
too.
caught like a big long catch, but
Yeah,
I feel like they're kind of hit or miss with their wide receiver section because it feels like they keep subbing in people and not and don't know who are their main wide receivers.
you know what?
Golden picked up
Maker, that's
59% of snaps, 2 targets,
And
but no
that's-
receptions.
and see that's what scares me of a Jordan Love because he passes the ball around, so you don't know who's going to be the number one receiver. You don't know who's going to
Kraft.
touchdown.
Yeah, Kraft is the only like the solid thing that we know. He passes to Kraft both 2 games.
I think because with a tight end, your tight end is your he blocks, but he's also that security blanket when you need to just throw a ball to somebody. But I saw Tucker Kraft catch one like down the field. This guy, like I said, this guy is dangerous. Tucker Kraft is a dangerous tight end.
He definitely is.
I mean, he averaged 20.7 yards. So that means like every catch that he got was averaging like almost like 20. It's insane. So yeah. But I still love Romeo and I still love Golden. Even though he's got a donut, gotta understand he's still a rookie.
Yeah.
And him and Love they gotta work on it. They gotta really work on it.
Well, I definitely think that we're gonna see some maybe more love on some of these wide receivers, just because I think the people they're going to go up against will eventually see, hey, Tucker Kraft is a big target. We definitely need to be on him, which will open it up for the wide receiver section.
And now Jaden Reed is out. They'll have to sub in somebody new for him. Jaden
Yeah.
Reed hoping for a November return. It looks like he suffered a collarbone injury and he will need surgery.
Yeah.
So that was a day ago. That was updated. Not looking good. He only after he was on the field for about 7% of snaps, and then he was gone.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's part of football. Next man up. Next man up. And the Commanders, they lost. Defensive players were dropping like flies on the field. Now they lost Austin Eckler. That was kind of Jaden Daniels when he needed to throw like a little dunk off. He would throw it to Austin Eckler. On the that's one another thing I didn't understand is if we're on 1st and goal, why do you have Austin Eckler and you got Merritt? Merritt is like he's young, he's faster, and
he could push the ball forward. Like there was a couple times where they gave it to him, and he got he would get like a good 5 yards on a push. So I was like, yeah, I wish they had utilized him better.
Yeah. So, but he going now. He is going to be the main guy now. The main back. I think he's going to be the main back.
I hope you're right about that. I do.
Well, there's no. They used to use Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is gone, and I think Merritt. This is his time. It kind of reminds me of last year when Chase Brown was the next man up, and Chase Brown became a superstar instantly, and that's what I see in Merritt. I see Merritt taking over and getting a chance because now he's definitely going to be on a lot of offensive plays. They're going to have to use his speed.
Yeah, but we will see. I mean, injuries seem to plague this sport that we love. So, I mean, they'll definitely want to work in Jeremy McNichols. I think we'll see that on the forecast. And we'll see how it comes out with playtime. I think you'll want to watch him definitely carefully.
Yeah, I could see. I've actually got Nichols last year when Robinson was hurt, then Eckler got hurt. I think I had Nichols, and I think I got 2 of the Redskin backups, and they did pretty good. I think Nichols can run hard, but we shall see.
Yes, but let's jump on to another game that's coming up this week, and that is the Buffalo Bills. They are taking on the New York Jets, and we are going to let you know who we think is streamable this week. So, first of all, who are you going to give it up to in your projections? I'm definitely leaning more towards the Bills. I think they're going to have a stronger showing, and they have a lot more weapons, and that Josh Allen is probably going to orchestrate a win there with James Cook on the ground. What are you guys thinking?
Man. I think they're going to have to. This is going to be in the air. I mean, Jay Fields can throw the ball, and Josh Allen can throw the ball. And I think there's going to be a lot of passing in this game. I think it's going to be balanced with passing and running. But I mean, Josh Allen, he runs a lot, but he's going to get tired out. He's going to have to throw that ball. And I just see, I don't know why, but I see in this upcoming game, Coleman, Shakur. There's also a guy, Joshua Palmer. I mean, Coleman had 112 last game. Shakur had 64. Palmer had 61. James Cook, the running back, had 58. People, there. I just think I see a lot of passing. I see these receivers catching a lot of balls.
I mean, Coleman is coming off of an impressive first week with him being targeted 11 times, receiving 1 touchdown, getting over 100 yards with 112 total,
Well,
and that would give
right.
him 10.18 yards.
Yeah.
So it's just yards per carry 14. He had an insane showing, which is now thinking, do I play Keon Coleman this week? And I think if he's been on anyone's bench, people are wondering, do I put him in? Oh,
I
that's a
my
mean,
vote
tough
would be
one.
yes. My
I,
But
go ahead,
over
go
who?
ahead, Nick.
Sutton over
No,
Connors
no, no. You
over
keep Sutton. No, you
Jacoby?
got to keep Sutton in. Keep Sutton in. I mean, dude, look at last game was 41-40. The defense. Let's be honest. The defense sucks. Okay, to have that many points put up, and I just see that again. I don't know if it's going to be in the 40s. I think it's going to be in the 30s. But I just see Jay Fields throwing the ball a lot, and I see Josh Allen throwing the ball a lot. And look, 11 targets, dude. Hell yeah! I mean, that just shows that Josh trusts Coleman. I mean, he got targeted
Yeah.
11, but also look at Shakur got target 9, Palmer target 9, Cook got target 5. I mean, Josh Allen is spreading the ball, but he throws the ball a lot, and I think this is going to happen again in this next game.
Yeah, and it's like, does he throw the ball better than Bo Nix to Sutton? Does he throw it better than Penix to Drake? And that's the thing you got to weigh on with Coleman on your bench, or are you just keeping Coleman to sub in case one of those guys gets injured? If you have Coleman.
I would definitely have Coleman in
I
a
would,
flex. I would use him in a
yeah,
flex. Definitely a flex.
he's a good flex position right now.
Right.
Like I
Right.
think he's gonna get you points for sure, especially in this matchup. So I would have him at least one of my top picks for flex spot for sure.
Yeah, but what happens when your flex is a number one? Anyways, we'll continue. So you're saying that the Jets is going to the air. Who are they going to be tossing to?
Eric Wilson, of course. I mean, that's the number
Yeah.
one receiver. Last game, he got 7. He received 95 yards, got a touchdown. Garrett Wilson is one of the main stars, but there's also Breece Hall. He can run, he can catch. Breece Hall is a beast.
Yeah.
He's going to get you scrimmage yards. So anytime you get a running back that gets you 107 rushing, and then he can put on top of that 38 receiving, those are points you're going to get in on your fantasy team. So I definitely have Breece Hall. I'd have Garrett Wilson. I even like Tyler Johnson, Mason Taylor, because if Garrett Wilson is covered, who is Jay Fields going to go to? He's got to go to one of those other receivers. So
I'm iffy on Tyler Johnson. I don't think he's gonna do super hot. That's just he only got 2 targets against the Steelers. Granted, he did get 31 yards, but it does say that he is slated to command elevated workload this week. Just to what extent we don't know. If he only gets like 4 targets, that's not great. I mean, it's better than what it was before, but I think I would probably sit and wait. If you have Tyler Johnson on your bench, I'd probably keep him there and see if they do utilize him more this game.
Yeah, so the only streamable players are going to be Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and Justin Fields.
What I'm thinking though. See, what I'm thinking though, gentlemen, is that the Jets are a really good defensive team, and I think their cornerbacks are going to be all over Garrett Wilson. I don't think Garrett Wilson's going to have. I don't think he'll get 100. I think he'll do half of that, maybe a touchdown. He's gonna get covered. He's the number one. You don't think the guy? Okay, so after every game, you know what they do? They go back and they watch film. So they're watching the film. They're watching Garrett Wilson right now as we speak. They're watching film. There's no way we can let this guy get 100 yards and get a touchdown. So they're watching. They're gonna probably have some guys cover him, so he can't get the ball. They're gonna have him covered. There's going to have to be a second or third option that Jay Fields is going to have to use, and I think he's going to get. I think he's going to get covered, because
Well,
they
I
made
don't
a
think it'll
mistake with Zay
be
Flowers. They
Aaron
made a
Smith.
mistake with Zay. The coach got on their ass because the Bills let Zay Flowers get 134 yards. He made them look like crap, and so I think they're going to be like, we can't let this happen again. We need to cover the number one guy because Baltimore's number one guy ran all over him. They're not going to let that happen with Garrett Wilson. And,
But it wasn't just Zay Flowers that went off that game. I mean, Derrick Henry as well with the running game. He got
we're
169
talking
yards
pass.
running.
I'm talking passing. I'm talking when it comes
I
to
know.
passing. Yeah, when passing, cornerbacks have to cover. You have to like be all over that receiver, and
Yeah.
they didn't do it. They didn't do it, and then when they go back and they look at film, they're like, we can't let their number one guy Garrett Wilson do what Baltimore's number one guy did to us. I get you with the running. You're right, the running, yeah,
Yeah.
but passing.
But no, I just mean like for the Buffalo's defense. I think that it's going to be more open in the run game, and yeah, you're right with the passing. Um, I just don't see it as like wide open on passing. Like I think it's going to be a mix. Um, just based off of their previous game, they might try and close that gap and try and cover those holes that they're missing, and yeah, target.
Mhm.
But it and that's it's up in there, I think. But I would bet more on. I would say for this game in particular, for me personally,
Mhm.
I would say Brees Hall is a bet, and Garrett Wilson. I'm just iffy on like,
Well,
are
it's
they
it's
really
going to be
gonna?
a beautiful day because it's going to be 81
Mhm.
degrees. They're playing at MetLife Stadium, so it's going to be a no dome sky and everything, and so they don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, speaking of nice Sunday games, what are your thoughts moving it along to the Cowboys? I know you've had some interesting thoughts. You've changed your mind from 2024 Cowboys, Ray, to 2025 Cowboys. I see your perspectives. Kind of said they're a stronger team, putting out a bigger performance. They came close to beating the champions, I believe. So how do you think they're going to perform this week against the Giants?
Oh my God, dude! If you watched the last game and you saw Russell Wilson, 17 for 37. Um, they look horrible. They got beat by the Commanders. They got beat by the Commanders 21-6. They didn't even score a touchdown the last game. And you know who their number one running back was? It was Russell Wilson because Wilson was running for his life in the last game. And there was doubts. They said, you know what? We're not even going to use Wilson. We'll probably use Jameson or Dart. I thought he lost his job, but the coach says, nope, I'm sticking with the veteran Wilson. And I'm sorry, but Cowboys, they just, in my eyes right now and what I've seen, they are definitely a better team than the Giants because they got Lamb and they got Pickett, they got Javante Williams. They've got more. They got Ferguson. They got a big tight end with the Cowboys. They got Ferguson. I just think Dallas has just got a really good team. And I think Russell Wilson, he's got Neighbors. Neighbors is a great receiver, and there's Dale Robinson, but something Wilson's old. He's playing like I don't know. He's playing like an old quarterback, and it's sad, really sad against Washington. So yeah, that's my thing on it.
So what,
Yeah.
Maker, how do you
Oh,
feel about Dak Prescott? Do you think he's going to get the ball up in the air to a lot of these wide receivers like Lamb, Pickens, and
um, I definitely think that they're gonna have a better time. They're up against the Eagles last week, and so I think he's going to do better this week. To what extent, I'm not sure. I think I think the run game, Javonte Williams killed it last week. I think he's going to do the same. CD Lamb, I think you're guaranteed to get points with him. Pickens didn't really see many targets last week, but I think that those numbers go up this week for sure. And then, yeah, I think you'll have a decent day with Ferguson. So those would be my picks on like who I think's gonna do well. I mean, if you're in a flex spot, yeah, I'd probably run Dak or like with a super flex as your secondary QB. I think that's perfectly fine. Just if you're not in that league, I would probably try for a different QB.
Dak or Rattler?
Ooh.
Oh my God. That
I
is
think
so
Rattler.
insulting. That is so insulting.
That's
I
not
think
insulting. They're both starting
That is-
quarterbacks on professional
that is so-
teams.
That is
The
so
fact that you
insulting.
say that's insulting
That is
is your
so-
response,
that
sir.
is so- that is so insulting because come on.
What?
Dude.
I mean, Dak Prescott
Rattler.
got 12. He got 12 points for fantasy last week, and Rattler got 18 points for fantasy last week.
That
so
is because hold on. That's
Yeah.
because he threw the ball to Lamb. Lamb dropped passes. There's nothing the man could do. If he throws it right to you and you drop a pass, Lamb dropped two crucial passes that would have helped Dak Prescott, and they would have scored.
Well, he didn't break 200 yards. And there was something about a spitting incident with Jalen Carter.
That's not Dak. That's not Dak's problem.
I know, but the whole
Carter. Jalen Carter is a spitter. He's a jerk. You don't spit on people.
It gets in its mental games. It's going to be in his head.
Yeah, I'm personally leaning Rattler. I think it's a closer matchup. Just because I think he's going to be throwing the ball a lot.
So let me ask you this: if you look at rankings, you don't even see Rattler on a 30 ranked QB. You don't even see Rattler on the list. You see Dak on the list. You will not see Rattler. Rattler is over. He don't do nothing, dude.
So Rattler had 27 completed. He had 27 completed passes for 214 yards last week, where Dak Prescott had 21 completed passes for 188 yards. It's not a crazy question.
Yeah, it is.
I'll say if the Cowboys play like they played last week, it's gonna be Dak. But I just feel like Rattler is gonna be playing better this week, just because I think it's a harder matchup than what the Cowboys have.
So let me explain something to you. The reason why you see Spencer Rattler at 214 is because he threw a ball to Alvin Kamara, and Alvin Kamara or whoever, they're sitting right there. If I throw a ball and the guy runs it all the way down the field, Rattler didn't throw that all the way down. He just tossed it, and the running back and the receiver ran it down. That's just blow up stats.
That's called a playmaker.
Not a playmaker. Rattler's not a playmaker. He's not a play. Look at his QBR. His QBR is 51.6. He's not a playmaker. Okay, he's not. And then if you also his average, let me first of all, Let me just tell you, his average passing is 4.7. 4.7. 4.7. Go look at 4.7. That is his average passing. 4.7. You are not going to win games if you're only throwing it. You're averaging, what, 5 yards, 4 yards? You're going to win games like that. Come on, man. Wake up,
That's
guys.
true.
Wake up. Wake up. Come on. Let's be real. Be real.
I think you might be right. I just think New Orleans is gonna have a better game. But that's
I'm just saying, ranked on the week, Rattler was ranked number 22 QB, while Dak Prescott was number 29. But we will see. We all have our own opinions here, but that's what it's about, having fun. Now, the Dallas Cowboys were streaming CeeDee Lamb. George Pickens is a definite flex. Javonte Williams is a go. Dak Prescott is a go if you're running 2 QBs. But how about what are you giving to the New York Giants? Who are you playing on that team?
Oh, I would say Neighbors for sure. He's always a must play. He's their number one target. I think you got Tyrone Tracy. Yep. And then obviously Russell Wilson, if as the flex spot for in a super flex.
Do we see more from Scattaboo, Ray?
I don't think so, man. Not in this game. You're gonna be upset. Sorry. And Scattaboo was -3.
Yeah,
he's minus 1.5 yards per carry. I mean, that's gotta hurt the soul a little.
I love me some Tyrone Tracy Jr. I think he's legit. I just think that game against Washington, the team couldn't do anything. Offense just couldn't get it off. Probably your 2 good receivers would be Robinson and Neighbors. And you know what? Darius Slayton's pretty good too, but he was a donut. He didn't show up. But
he was okay. So to get the stats on him, he was on the field for 97% of snaps. He was targeted once for Darius Slayton. That is tough.
Russell Wilson was running. Russell Wilson was running it for his life, dude. That's why Russell Wilson had 44 yards, because he was running. He had to run. He didn't, because they were covered. When he looked down the field, everybody was covered. There was nothing he could do, so he ran. That's
surprising because the Washington we saw against the Packers did not seem to be able to shut down any team. So to come from that strong of a performance,
to be fair, the Redskins did lose defensive players. So yeah, I think it would be another game, because they did lose some key players, and they had to put in some guys that, they're so they're not as good as the starters. But I'm just not sold on Russell Wilson. But once again, your question, definitely Neighbors all day long. Neighbors is gonna get his. He's gonna get his targets. And,
so Tyrone Tracy gets the start. Malik Neighbors gets the start. Wayndale Robinson, you throwing him on a flex if you don't have a starter to put up there?
If you have receivers that are hurt and you need somebody, I would put Adele Robinson. You got to think about it, guys. You're not always going to get 20, 30 points with your receivers. Every point helps. Seriously. You should know, Rude, because you beat Vet by a few points. And so every point
Win's
counts.
a win.
So if you can get a win's a win, and if you can get 5 or 6, hey, that might just edge, hey, I'd rather take 5, 6 than a 0 any day.
Well, there you have it. That's our input. We've got 3 games. Maker, do you want to say something on starting with the
Oh,
Giants?
we will. For me, like I do think Wandale Robinson has a potential. So like if you're willing to take a little bit of a gamble, I would throw him on your flex spot for sure. But yeah, other than
Wendell
that,
over Jacoby?
no, I think Jacoby's a higher target.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am
but I
asking for me personally. That's just I have no
yeah,
football. Dude, I am looking at Jacoby and I'm like, do I put you in or Coleman? And I'm like, stick with Coleman. I
Mm,
Same with
I
Sutton. I'm
honestly,
like, these guys need to have big games.
no, you can't touch Sutton, dude. Cannot
Yeah.
touch Sutton. Cannot touch
Well,
Sutton. That's Bo Nix's number 1 guy is Sutton, and Sutton
yeah.
shows up.
yep.
Well, that's all the time I have for now. I'm about to sign off. That's 3 games we got to talk about today. Stay tuned into the channel, like, subscribe, and share because we're going to be getting into all this NFL coverage all season long, keeping your fantasy team as strong as possible and settling any doubts you may have internally when deciding who to start and sit because we all got those thoughts. And tune in next time. Catch us live or catch the videos on the managers. All right, take care, guys, and thanks so much for
All right,
joining.
guys. Thank you.
See you.